Once upon a midnight dreary, while they pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of Epstein lore, while they slumbered nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as if of someone gently rapping on the Senate door. "'Tis a visitor," some muttered, rapping at the Senate door. Only this and nothing more. All this started last December, a rebellion by some members, lighting flames from dying embers about the burdens victims bore. Even as some wished to bury every crime, however scary, others heeded to the public needing healing from this sore, wanting truth and nothing more. And a silken, sad, uncertain rustling back of cotton curtains chilled them, filled them with imagined terrors never felt before, so that now to still the beating of their hearts some stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor who's seeking entrance at the Senate door." Some late visitor who's seeking entrance at the Senate door. This it is and nothing more. Presently their souls grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," they said, "or madam, truly your forgiveness we implore. But the fact is we were napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at the Senate door, that we were not sure we heard you hear one open wide the door. Darkness there and nothing more." Deep into that darkness peering, many stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams of crisis never dreamt before. But the silence was unbroken and the stillness gave no token, and the only words there spoken were the whispered words. "We swore." This some whispered and an echo murmured back the word. "We swore." Merely this and nothing more. Back into the Senate turning, guilt within some hearts was burning. Soon again they heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. Perhaps it's from the gallery where visitors are found to be. Let us find then who will see, and this sudden sound explore. Let our hearts be still a moment, and this sudden sound explore. 'Tis a draft and nothing more. Open here one flung a curtain when, though looking meek, uncertain in their steps, some Epstein victims numbering perhaps 10 or more. Presence there was not commanded, together they had joined and banded, and as a group came demanded to stand upon the Senate floor. Stood united there upon the Senate floor. Stood then sat and spoke and more. Their Senate presence was beguiling, but Donald Trump wasn't smiling. A testimony to be given, supported by the oaths they swore. "You are cowards, you are craven, if pedophiles you give haven," said the victim's advocate to members on the floor. "Now take a stand to end abuse of girls forevermore," cried the victims nevermore. Senators from both sides quailed to hear complacency assailed about the taint of sordid acts some famous people wore. And none could help agreeing that no living human being should bear the pain and suffering that the Epstein victims bore. Yet men of wealth and power thought train broken by reply so aptly spoken. Council found she faced rebellion even from the MAGA core. Forced to share the Epstein files, redacting them all the while. Yet still the names of men of power were coming to the fore, uncovered by these ocean waves beating on the shore. Exposed forevermore, and the victims still are trying to keep the public sphere from buying the distractions and excuses. Claims they didn't see abuses coming from those men of power whose corruption is their core. Their reputation sinking, evidence is showing, linking them to acts of inhumanity that the common folk abhor. Exposed forevermore. The victim's presence was beguiling, and Donald Trump wasn't smiling. A testimony they had given, supported by the oaths they swore. You are cowards, you are craven, if pedophiles you give haven, said the victim's advocate to members on the floor. Now take a stand to end abuse of girls forevermore, cried the victims nevermore.